Inside the Head of Emotional Chaos and How to Live with It. Written by Nate M Riverland. Released 2024. Chapter 7. Anger. So, it has been some time since last again. And a lot had changed inside me. Some feelings that I cannot understand. Had I at least turned away from the dark. But I feel irritated. Better than before, I give you that, but still. I do not like it in here. In my head. I do not show it to others. My anger. Well, not most of the time. But I have started with it more and more now. It helps. Oh, this will be a long trip for me. I have never talked about this. Never even with myself. It just needed to be hidden, then it might go away. I love animals so much. But I could get angry with them also. Not that I would hurt them. No, never. I love them. But still, I could feel anger while I communicate with them, and I lose delicacy. Can still happen a bit when I am feeling angry. But now, in my 30s, I let the feelings out more and put words to them and accept them. And I can do something about much of the problem now that I live by myself and have my own life. I just need to understand why I get angry so I learn from it. It is okay to feel. To get angry. But talk about it. Do not be afraid of it. Listen to it. It want to tell you something. I remember one time. I was on edge. Do not remember why. I actually broke a bone in my hand hitting a beam. I told people that I was renovating and had an accident. I did renovate the stable at that time, but it was not that caused it. But I could not really tell people that I lost it and broke my own hand, could I? That would mean that I was not doing so well. How could I say that when I did not really understand that myself yet? It is first now that I am starting to understand this part of myself. This rage I sometimes have. Sometimes for many days. And I also remember that I felt like this when I was younger. Mostly about my father in the teenage. Yesterday I saw the film Billy Elliot. When he gets angry, frustrated and dance. That feeling he has goes straight through the screen. That is how I feel when it all bubbles up. This kind of different sides one have reminds me of another movie. Split. I heard myself tell the person I saw it with. It must be stressful to have all that inside your head. The second I said it, I knew it was not at all what I felt. It was what one should say about that sort of thing. I felt more like home. Relaxed. It must be wonderful to express all those feelings and have a way to do that. Not in chaos but in some strange order within this group. Not that is how I work. But I can see the good in it. If I should name my different alter ego. Yeah, let's start with anger as we are talking about it already. And to keep it in some structure, I am gonna name them. And colors feels right. Deep red. Anger. Energetic. Do not need to sleep so much. Get things done. Mania. Light green. Playful. Childish. Happy. Really happy. Orange. Rightfulness. Little arrogant. Logical, compassion. Humanitarian. White/transparent. Awesome. Sexy. Happy. Eager to do things and show it with pride. Dark green. Down to earth. Nature. Animal talker. At peace. Purple. Meaning of life. Sadness. Dark. Depressed. Put those together, and you have me in total. The color brown. I did not see this coming. But right now, this feel like me. And now I start to freak out a little bit. This is scary. Is this me? What is this? It feels so much like home. But it scares the shit out of me. But also, I feel that now when I am writing this section I have been doing it in a different tone than before. I do use, what can we call it, different abilities when we feel different things. Is that not normal? To change behavior to the surroundings and what mood you are in. Like you taking a role at work and one at home, and so on. Am I just dissecting it now, or what is this? If looking at these colors, I am at the deep red one, mostly now. Have been here for a few weeks. It itching inside me to do things. Get angry. Do not sleep much. Do not need to. I thought this was like a facade, so I do not go to, well, we keep the color reference purple. Now I am not so sure. I need to stop here. I need to sleep on it. Maybe I will continue in this section. But that I do not know for sure. Good night. And take a break, you too. Okay, 2 days later. This had me thinking of how I have been when I was young. I did have anger by then, as I wrote earlier. And if I had that when I was with my horse, I felt that that was wrong. I could get frustrated with her and communicate with her in anger. This was so wrong. I could not let my feelings go out when I was with the one I loved the most. I loved her. My beautiful pony. And she was strong-minded and independent. She could definitely take my mood/temper. But I did not see that then. She was there for me. I never thought about it that way before now. Wow. She was really wonderful. And, haha, gave me gray hair a little bit also. I remember when she got older and I started to actually see her, and not only me and our friendship, she started to talk back to me and got soft. Like for instance, she could take her head and softly push me in the back when walking with her. She knew so much more about everything than I did. Of course, I was just a kid. Well, hung around 13-14. She knew the important stuff. Mental balance. If I was not happy with how I felt when I was with her, I hit with my hand in my forehead. Again. And again. And again. And it felt a little bit better. So I decided for every time I did not have my mood right, I would punish myself by hitting my head. I did that when I got to bed in the evening. It was first by then I was alone and had the opportunity. And by using my hand it did not give any noise to the rest of the house. So nobody knew. This must have been the first time I was hurting myself on purpose to feel better. And by then I did not know that was a thing. Self-injurious behavior. I think this was the first time. No, I did not start there, I believe. I have difficult to remember the details around the actually first time because that was so long time ago. This must have been when I was 6 or younger. But why? In the teenage I could understand what it came from. Or at least I think I will by writing about it. But when I was 5-6 years old. Why? I do not remember. What I did, I put Legos beneath my bed and fall down on it. I wanted attention. To be noticed. Cared for. Does everybody go through sort of the same stages, or whatever it could be? I do not think I will find the answer to that now. I want to go back to the colors. Now after written about the different colors, I have used that in reality. Not only observing my color but actually in real time change the color or mindset in a situation. To use this theory to help myself through it. I was in a situation that made me anxious and stressed, but then I was thinking of dark green. The association I now have for that color made me more stable, relaxed, and also finding more softness inside. I have tried doing this but not with the color reference before, and not succeeded. So this was a big step for me to find mental balance in difficult situations. But sometimes we are stuck in a bad feeling, and cannot change mode no matter how much we want to. Sometimes it feels like you sort of do not want to even. Is it so that we want to feel bad, sad, down, or anxious? That cannot be true. But something is holding us to those feelings, I believe. I think it could be that feeling good about life is something new. I do not mean for a day or even a week, but for a longer time. I guess I mean happy, deeply happy about your life. That feels strange. And that is scary. Being happy is scary. Did I mean that? Yes, I believe I did. I feel safe with being miserable. That is depressing. But what this tells me is that it takes time to accept to feeling happy and actually to be brave enough to embrace it. Brave. It could be hard to believe for you that are or never been that deep in the mud and bathe in it. But it is a big contrast in emotions that you are not used to. And the bad feeling is almost addictive. And we all know how hard an addiction could be to cure. To be continued.